Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me. Run.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have Melody Beach, and she is the founder and CEO of Melody Beach Consulting Group. Welcome, Melody.
Thank you.
You came in today from Southbridge, but your networking group is in Worcester.
Yes.
And where do they meet?
We actually meet at the Worcester Senior Center, and it's on Providence Street, and we meet there twice a month.
Now, we've got a lot of history to talk about. When did you climb on board? It was funded by the AARP and managed by the Massachusetts Council on Aging. What exactly does this do? That's where I read about you, and I thought we've got to get you on the show.
Yes, so I appreciate you having me on the show to talk about this program. So a year ago, I founded my business, and I can tell you the background on that. But a year ago, I did that, and one of the first contracts that I received was working with an agency called Mass Council on Aging, and this year, well, let me give you a little history. A woman by the name of Susan Kelly actually developed this program, this 50-plus job seekers program, and she had been working with Mass Council on Aging. They happened to be wanting to expand the program to Worcester. And so with funding from AARP, Mass Council on Aging was able to expand the program, and Susan was looking for a leader.
And you were it.
And I was it.
And you just happened to be there at the right time?
It was a referral. It was a friend who referred her to me, and it was my first job.
Well, Melody, before that, what were you doing?
I am an HR professional, and what I was doing was working in corporate. So I was working there for 28 years, predominantly in the manufacturing industry. And then about a year ago, I decided to go out on my own, focused on helping small and medium-sized companies with their HR work. But then it's evolved and transformed into helping individuals as well.
Like entrepreneurs or people like that?
Entrepreneurs.
Any age at all?
Well, I will help anybody if they want to come to me. But this program is focused on the demographics of 50 and over.
Okay.
And it's to help people get back into the work world. So it's transitional coaching. And so that's what my business has now transformed into individuals as well as organizations, because I found a niche where I really enjoy helping individuals get back into the work.
I love this. Now, how do they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me through various ways. So there's my website, which is www.melodybeachconsulting.com. There's also the program itself, which is Mass Council on Aging. So www.masscouncilonaging.org. Do
you have a special time when you meet or hold an assembly type of meeting over at the Senior Center in Providence, on Providence Road?
Great question. So again, yes, we meet on Wednesdays, and it's 2 to 4, the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month.
Okay, so it's the second and fourth Wednesday.
Correct.
Of every month at the Senior Center in Worcester on Providence Road.
Yes. Now, I do want to be clear, it's a 17-week program. So we are nearing the end of this program, and it's going to start again in September.
Okay.
However, I am available for individual counseling if people want to call me. I do resume coaching, I do cover letters, LinkedIn profiles, all of that.
How can they reach you, Melody?
They can reach me at my website at melodybeachconsulting.com or melody@melodybeach@gmail.com.
I love this. Okay, this is basically for the 50-plus crowd.
Yes.
And she's got a wonderful list there. I know it's a little bit too small to see, but great. Check our bulletin boards downstairs at the Upton Library. Also a good place to advertise is over at UMass Medical.
Oh, really?
They have, as you go to the cafeteria, you come out that side way, like there's like 2 or 3 bulletin boards there. Use them. They're for the public.
I'll have to
Great
do that.
way to
Thank
get.
you.
Now, I love this list. Especially the 2 in the bottom. Reinvent yourself with a second act career. That's happening a lot now.
It is. So in my group, it's like I said, it's 50 plus. So I have a lot of people that are retired and are looking to go back in and are changing careers. Right? They found that while being retired, they have a passion for something, and now they can turn it into a lucrative business.
Definitely.
So, so part of the program in the 17 weeks, each week we focus on a topic. So it starts with with skill assessments, cover letters, networking, interviewing. Like you said, there's reinventing, volunteerism.
Yes, right here. Path to employment. Boy, do I believe in that.
I do too. I actually am a volunteer for ARP, which I was doing before this, which is so weird. I believe in things lining up or things happening for a reason, and I believe that this came to me for a reason.
So did AARP, how did you connect with AARP to get yourself rocking and rolling to what you're doing now?
Well, I started volunteering.
Where
So
though?
what
Where?
I did is I went online and I put in volunteer.com. I was just looking for area businesses. I saw that ARP was looking for people.
To do what though?
Anything. It's anything. So we have a monthly meeting in Worcester.
Yeah.
We right now have subcommittees too, but it could be in advocacy. It could be in service. It could be there's a thing called Movies for Grown-ups.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of projects, is what I'm trying to say, that you can volunteer for.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be continually, and you don't have to go to every single meeting.
Yeah.
It's whatever fits your schedule.
And so, how long did you volunteer before they got you?
A couple weeks.
That was it.
That was it. I just went to a couple meetings.
What did you volunteer to do?
Nothing. I was just going to a meeting.
And they got you. They said, we like her. We want her.
Well, no. ARP found out that I was actually I got hired through Susan.
Yeah.
And Mass Council on Aging.
Yeah.
Which now has led into, believe it or not, I work for the Speakers Bureau for ARP.
Aha.
So that transitioned into, which is what you were getting at.
Yeah.
I do like doing movies for grown-ups. I like doing the table events. But particularly right now, I'm doing the Speakers Bureau.
Now, when does this AARP meeting happen every month?
They actually meet every month in Worcester as well.
What days?
And you can find that out on www.arp.org. We meet on Fridays, and as a matter of fact, we're meeting, I believe it's the third Friday of every month. And I believe, and it changes, but usually it's at the YWCA in Worcester. This month we're meeting at a different location, but people can find out that information by going online.
Okay, so it's www.aarp.org.
Correct. And then you can go to the Worcester meetings,
Yeah.
and you can be part of the group. What they like is people coming in from all parts of the community and sharing their ideas, what they like to do, what they want to see.
Sure.
What does ARP want to get involved in? And the reason is they want to make a more of a presence in Massachusetts, spreading out across, and ways to help. So volunteering, get your word out there, get your what you stand for out there. Then you can volunteer for these things.
Yeah.
And then for me, it evolved into other things. So it just happens I'm doing this 50 plus job seekers group.
So, Melody, if somebody wanted to contact you and they wanted to get back and do something, a new career or whatever, would you meet them at their home or do you meet them in your office, or how does that work?
If they want to do it outside of this group, which is free, by the way, and it is for everybody 50 and over, if they want to do it separately, they could call me, or they could go online, or they could email me.
Okay, tell them again how to reach you.
Sorry. That you could call me at 508-330-0343, or you could email me at melodybeachconsulting.com, or you could go to my website and there's a tab or a page that says how to reach me. And then I would meet you, a consultation outside of my office. It would be wherever a mutual location is.
Yeah.
I like to meet in the middle, thinking that's fair for everybody. And then the first consultation is free, or we find out what we need to, perhaps our journey is going to be. And then we put a plan together and we move on from there.
I love this. New topics at each meeting. Self-assessment, discover transferable skills, develop a resume. Write your stars. What's that?
STARS is an approach.
Yeah.
It's an approach on how to, really what you're trying to get at is writing a accomplishment statement or an achievement statement. So it's using an approach. So it's situational, transactional, actionable, and the last one, the R. It's
RS.
RS. Wait a minute. you're going to test me, aren't you?
No, I didn't.
So, no, it's an approach. So what you're doing is you're thinking of a statement, and what you're trying to do is put it in a form that's going to hit these 5 points.
Yeah.
So it's a situational situation. It's usually a technical or transactional. How did you accomplishment, your achievement, the results, and the end part of it is the output. So the summary.
This is terrific. Create an elevator speech.
Correct, because sometimes when you're leaving a company,
Yeah.
right, people want to know why you're leaving. So an elevator speech is a 3-second marketable statement about you that you're saying to somebody.
Yeah.
And you really need to practice that, and it can evolve and change over time
Yeah.
depending on what you're trying to do. But really, if you think about it, in an elevator, you only have 3 seconds going up and down.
Unless you get stuck, which I did as a kid. Oh, God. Oh,
Well, that wouldn't be fun.
No, it was horrible. It's 15 weeks or
15 to 17, depending.
is it?
Yep.
What is the fee?
There is no fee.
It's free.
It's free.
Okay, contact her if you want to do this. Now, develop. You know what? I hate LinkedIn. I shouldn't, but they want so much from you up front before you even get in.
They do.
It's boring to me.
Well, it is, but in today's
gotta have it, right?
employment, you do have to have it.
Yeah.
94% of recruiters and hiring managers are hiring through LinkedIn and Facebook.
Real Facebook.
Facebook too. Those are the two things. So we do have a session on social media.
All
I
right.
worked that into the LinkedIn profile class.
Network. I'm a firm believer in networking in person.
Yes. LinkedIn, and I mean networking, there's various forms of networking.
Yeah.
So there's the one-to-one,
Yep.
there's the group, just to name a few. There's 4 really if you think about it. But really, networking is key in today's employment world. That's how people are really getting their jobs. It's who you know,
Right.
and who do you know in a company.
Yeah. Develop a marketing plan.
Well, the plan is really a plan that you want to get from A to B. So once you start going through your strengths and you decide, do you want to stay in the field or move to a different field? It's how we're going to get to that end point, which is to get a job.
Yeah,
Right? So it's putting all that together, including marketing.
And create
right?
your own entrepreneurship, right?
If you want.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So I use me as an example in the class because I did start my own company.
Exactly.
Right? I could have gone back to corporate, but I chose not to. It's not for everybody.
No.
But there's a lot of classes, there's a lot of resources out there that can help somebody if they want to start a company.
You are amazing. Melody Beach. She's the founder and CEO of Melody Beach Consulting Group. And you are based in Worcester.
My network, my sphere
Yeah.
is Northeast.
It's all over the lot.
It's all over. But I do a lot of networking, and I am part of the chamber, both in Sturbridge, which is Central South Mass,
Yeah.
as well as the regional Worcester chamber, is in the Worcester area.
Did you know you were going to do this after high school? Anything like this?
I didn't. What I thought I would do, I always knew I loved helping people.
Yeah, yeah.
I really
Oh,
did.
it's
From a
obvious.
little girl,
Yeah.
sitting there playing, when you play house or
Yeah.
you play nurse or whatever, I was playing entrepreneur or sitting in a desk helping people at that age.
I relate. I got that one. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Where'd you go?
I went to, I got my master's at Northeastern.
Good school.
Yeah, it's a great school.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Job search toolbox.
That's it. So it's getting all your tools and learning the techniques and building that confidence to get you back out in the work world. And those tools comprise of knowing your skills, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, your cover letter, your resume, your profiles, making sure that all of those things, along with volunteering and other things that are going to keep you out there and active, and out there with everybody else, because you never know who knows somebody
That's it.
that might need a job.
And it does happen.
It does.
We have a lot of authors on the show, and I help them as a publicist get them out there. And I say, if you're at a huge expo, right?
Yep.
And you're not selling any books, or maybe only 1 or 2, do not get discouraged. Bring someone with you, have them watch your table, get up with your book and your business cards, walk around,
Yep.
and start schmoozing with the other, because they may know the next gig you could go to because they know someone.
That's right.
You can't be shy.
You can't. But believe it or not, that's part of the transformation. And I'm a Myers-Briggs practitioner.
Oh, I love that test.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I also offer that in my private practice because you never know what your personality traits are, and it's really important to know that. So for me, believe it or not, I come out as an introvert.
You came out as an introvert.
Yes.
You?
I force myself, and I've trained myself over time to be an extrovert because I need to be.
Is it true that the in between is called an ambivert?
It could be.
Because I follow some.
You can be in the middle, and it could be situational.
Yeah.
All right, because every situation brings out different traits and qualities in you, whether you're comfortable or not.
Yeah.
Right. So, in big environments with a lot of people, I still get nervous and I don't like it, and I want to just hover into the corner.
Yeah.
But what I do, and this is a great technique for people, is you look for the person that's out there by themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The only person, because you know that they're not wanting to be the only one sticking out there by themselves. So you go over and start a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Now you're networking. Right? And then depending on your posture and how you're sitting and talking with that person, welcomes others or not. Right? So it's all about your body language, how you're approaching people, and over time you learn how to become an extrovert and get a little more comfortable in those situations.
I don't know. In that type of situation, I'm picturing what I would do. I would happily have a cup of lemonade or soda or coffee with me. And I don't stand still. I probably wouldn't if I didn't know anyone in the room, right?
Yep.
I don't want to say bulldoze, but I'm going to walk my way through, kind of check up on who's talking with who. The hardest part is seeing 3 or 4 people talking, and you really would like to, I don't know, get into one of those little groups. You don't want to feel like you're barging in.
Well, you're absolutely correct. And so that's where you have to really look at the situation, look at how they're standing. Are they welcoming other people into the group, or aren't they?
Hard to tell.
Well, it's all about their body language.
Okay.
So if the 3 of them are in a closed group,
Yeah.
and they're just talking amongst themselves, they're not welcoming other people in.
no.
Right? Not at that conversation. Eventually they will. If 3 people are in a U, let's say, so they're open,
So it's open.
right? It's more opening and inviting. So then you could feel more comfortable maybe walking up and, say, hello, my name is, and we always have name tags.
Yeah.
So perhaps maybe you would see a company name that might be interesting to you, and that's where doing your homework before you go and knowing who's going to be there and who you might want to talk to.
But like a
might help.
networking group, how many networking groups, though, it's unfortunate, give out the names and what they do of the people who are going to be there? Like, just something that meets at a local facility or something. It doesn't.
Well, you're right, but sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But it takes time. It takes time and practice.
It does, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but
It isn't.
sometimes you think, okay, what have I got to lose? What have I got to lose? I'm just going to walk around. If they don't like me, tough. Just keep going.
That's right. And you know what? Everybody has something wonderful to say about themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So you want people to know that, so you just start a conversation with them and act curious.
Yeah.
Be curious.
Yeah.
So you're curious about them. And, that curiosity will get some questions forming in your head that you want to ask that will start a conversation, and hopefully that conversation will be received, and you'll start that whole dialogue.
We're talking here with Melody Beach, and she is the founder and CEO of Melody Beach Consulting Group. How do they get to you again?
They can reach me at 508-330-0343 or at my email address, which is melodybeachconsulting.com.
Now, overcome ageism and job stress.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So ageism is a hot topic, as again, why we're looking at the 50 plus and helping them get back into the work world. So ageism, the class that I teach that week is all about do's and don'ts, techniques and things to do on your resume, not do in your resume, words to be listening for, words not to use, because again, you don't want to downplay yourself.
Yeah.
You're right. You want to promote yourself. There's nothing wrong with your age. You should be proud of it. I'm an advocate of companies actually hiring both or keeping tenured people as well as bringing in early career people. I think it's a win-win because the two can work together and you can have shared jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And a lot of companies are starting to think that way, although they're not instituting marketing them as much as I would like to see them do
Sure,
it.
yeah.
But I'm sure over time that will happen. But the reason for that would be it reduced costs, all right? But also you're sharing expertise, you're sharing technology.
Yep.
There's a lot of pluses in sharing that model.
Yep.
But again, going back to ageism, so some tips and pointers there would be perhaps don't put dates on your resume.
Oh, so it's okay. But what about your birth date?
No, you wouldn't put your birth date on your resume at all.
Oh boy, we used to have to.
Yeah, we don't
Whoa,
anymore.
really? And
Yeah.
that wasn't that long ago. They'd say, what's your birthday? What's your social security?
Yeah, no social security, no birthday. You don't even have. I actually coach people about not even putting their addresses on their resumes anymore.
But what happens if they say, we want to hire you? Then they give you that paper. You got.
Well, then you do need to fill in that information, sure. However, you're already hired, and that's irrelevant. Your age has nothing to do with it.
That's
so the
good
whole,
to know. That is good to know.
Yeah, the whole thing is that the cover letter and the resume is a selling tool. It's a marketing tool. You're selling yourself out there.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to get through the gates, so to speak, of the interview process, the hiring process.
Sure.
And so not putting dates on there, so don't put your graduation date in there. There's no reason to put a graduation date in
No.
there. Right? You have a degree.
Yeah.
They're going to check it when they do a reference check.
Yeah.
So you're either telling the truth or you're not. Okay?
Now, like, see, in a networking type of thing, and the expertise that you have, you'd say you've got people who come into the group who are looking to get hired. But it's kind of a different animal with entrepreneurs who want to start up and get the word out. I mean, isn't it kind of like two different avenues? How do you cope with each one? They're different, kind of.
It is two different avenues and streams, as I would call it, but you're still networking.
Yeah.
So the overarching umbrella is you still have to network. You still need to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
You still have to have some sort of a document to represent yourself.
Yeah.
So instead of a resume
Yeah.
that an individual would have to go out and to apply for a job, a person that's an entrepreneur, would have a document that would reference all their services. It might also have a section on their customers.
Or their background.
Or their background,
Yeah.
right? So, as an example, on my website,
Yeah.
I cover those things.
Yeah.
I have customers, affiliations. I have a little background on my on the first page about me and about the business, so people can get to know me.
Sure.
But really, to build a reputation, comes with building credibility. You're only going to get credibility by time and jobs and referrals. All right, that's what I found. And it's very similar to an individual trying to get a job where you need to have a reference, right? So it's all about being ethical, being credible, do what you say you're going to do, don't lie, represent yourself in an authentic, real way. All right, and I truly believe it'll come your way. All right, whether you're looking and searching for a job, the right job will come if you put the time and effort in.
Or
It
you're an
takes
entrepreneur,
work.
right? Start your own.
Well, or yeah, so the individual is like a job. It takes a long time to find a job, or for an entrepreneur, it takes a long time to get your name out there. I've been doing it almost a year,
Yeah.
but it's really the networking, the people I've met
Yeah.
that have made me the person I am today, the confidence that they have in me and giving me referrals.
Yeah.
I've met a great group of people over this journey,
Yeah.
and people that I would do business with,
Yeah.
people that I have nurtured the relationships with. And so it's not just connecting with somebody at a networking group,
Sure.
it's actually nurturing that relationship too. It's going out and having a cup of coffee, going out and getting to know them, learning about them. It isn't about necessarily the job that you're going to get right
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
It's the relationship.
Yeah.
So it's credibility, it's trust, and it's building that relationship so that down the road you might have a working relationship, or they may know somebody that may be looking for somebody, and now they're going to refer you because they trust you.
So your 15 weeks is up for now, or you're going to come back in September?
We run until June 12th in Worcester. You're more than welcome to come now.
Okay, when again? How do they get to you? See it?
You can register on the www.masscouncilonaging, so MCOA.org. Go to the 50 plus page on that site, and you can register.
Okay.
And we'll catch you up.
Okay.
We'll bring you all the presentations and material. And we have until June 12th. So we have the rest of April, all of May, and one more session. So what is that? That's 4 more sessions.
So September.
So come on.
You'll come back in September.
Come back
Do you
in
know
September.
what date in September?
Well, no, not yet. I know we start at September 12th this past
Okay.
September, so it'll be around there. Probably the second Wednesday in the month.
Melody, before we close, what would you suggest to people out there they've got a great idea, they'd either like to get hired for the type of job they want, if they're coming back in, they're over 50, or they want to start their own. They come in shy? Do they come in really worried? Do you have to have a certain amount of oomph in your personality? What does it take?
Wow. You do. All right. And so what I mean by that is they do come in. All of those things happen.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody that might have just lost their job or are thinking about leaving their job, which is a very stressful moment, or looking to go into entrepreneurship, which is very stressful as well. There's a lot of emotional roller coasters that you're going through. So I help them by talking to them, listening to them, helping them find the resources that they need to help them. But what I would say to them is never give up on something that you think might be an avenue for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a passion, if you have a desire, really truly think about it.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would go into my own company, but I felt if I was going to invest in somebody, why not invest in me?
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Why not put my money and time into me? Because I knew that I believed in myself, and I had other people that believed in me too.
Oh, but
all right.
You are the Energizer Bunny. I can relate so well to this lady. We want to have you back on, too, maybe over the summer.
Absolutely. I'd love to come back.
Because, half an hour is not enough to get a...
Yeah.
You are the type of person who I relate to because, boom, boom, you're right there, you've got it, you're excited about it.
I am.
And you've lived it. See, Melody,
Well-
thanks so much for being with us. Again, one last time, how do they reach you?
You can reach me at melodybeachconsulting.com, which is my email, or my website at www.melodybeachconsulting.com.
Thank you, Melody.
Thank you
We'll
so
have her
much.
back. We'll see you next time and be my guest.